Good morning and welcome back to another exciting week with Sovereign's seventh podcast. As always, I'm your host, Tarun, and we have our speakers, Shiv Kiran and Jaswinder, today with us. Our podcast from field continues as we discussed earlier. And with that, I'm in Ahmedabad. Shiv, I guess, is in Vietnam. Jaswinder is on the road in north of India somewhere. Uh, it's always exciting to have these road trips with so much to learn from the ground. And what happens is that when we get connected to different people, it talks about different various business environments. In what environments are they operating? How is it going, and so on and so forth. It's good to see receptivity all over for adopting new technology, which does two core things: cost optimization and business growth. I was speaking to a couple of prospects, clients, friends, and one question is for common. Can your technology maintain or create markets or provide field intelligence with optimal costs? And at the same time, reduce the risk of data loss, which is sitting with independent people at different points of time, while we are focused on building the business. So, and fortunately, the answer for all those questions when I go around is a big yes, right? And that too to suits everyone's wallet. So I think it's pretty interesting. So I think we'll go through all of that. So for today, I hope you all are ready to ride on your weekly journey into the latest trends and breakthroughs in sovereign business and usage of the technology. I would like to start with a newly launched video of one of our product in Telomatic. Uh, can we get to the video played first?
Presenting Intellimatic, the data collector tool from Sovereign Solutions. Intellimatic enables the flow of accurate field information, eliminating subjectivity and increasing efficiency. It makes field verification simple, fast, and user-friendly. Field agents can present the on-ground reality simply by taking a picture on their phones and uploading it on the app. Using the Edit Picture feature, they can supplement the image with additional information. Intellimatic ensures two-way data flow between head office and field, thereby reducing errors and improving productivity. Its geofencing feature eliminates fake field forms and reports. The app enables attendance marking from any location simply by sliding on a switch. What's more, Intellimatic's offline tracking ability reduces dependence on mobile network availability. Accurate information now, at your fingertips. Intellimatic from Sovereign Solutions.
Great. So the video looks great, and we'll be sending you over your emails and stuff. So with this, I would request Jaswinder to start our usual kind of talk about our big wins, and then moving on to Shiv, who will talk about the product. Jaswinder, over to you.
Thank you, Tarun, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Learning and Earning podcast session powered by Sovereign Solutions. And every week we have been discussing about the use cases which we closed last week, and today I will walk you through a unique two cases which we have closed last week. And the first case which I will be discussing, and this case has given me a confidence which I have been advocating to my entire team and the channel partner whenever I meet them. I say one liner to everyone. Our product fit into any of the industry, any of the industry, either it's an SME or it's an SME. It can fit into any of the even the big organization also. And the first case which I'll be discussing, the company is into RSA. RSA is roadside assistance. They are into extended warranty. They are into medical assistance. And they would be, and the pain point for them, their entire work was on Google Sheets, their entire work was on WhatsApp, and the work was on SMS. Basically, they were facing a lot of hurdles and issue on that part. And what product which we offer to them was Credomatic and the data collector, a mixture of data collector as well as Credomatic. Credomatic would be used whenever they have to assign a task to the team, whenever they are onboarding any of the customer for an extended warranty, or they have to provide this onboarding of the workshop for an RSA. And second thing, the data collector app they will be using. There are a lot of workshops. When they want to do an activity, and end of the day and end of the month or fortnightly, they want to check what sort of activity has been done and what mileage they have got from that activity. They have a long list of customers, but extended warranty, they were not able to check on that part, which is the due date of a customer, or they have to offer a warranty on the warranty lapse. They will be very soon will be giving them a product in a week's time, and they will happily using it. And this case has opened a door for us to make and understand the entire team and the channel partners that product can fit into any of the industry. Second of the industry has added as a jewel in our in sovereign ground is they are into glass manufacturing, and is a known brand in India which is known and known for the glass they provide. This is used for automobiles. This is used for commercial purpose. They and we, their pain point was they were also doing activities in the rural market, and they were not able to tap out where they are, what activities they have done, and what mileage and ROI they would be getting from the activities they have done. They will be using a data collector app for that for pan India purpose, and they have around 200 plus employees who will be using this. And second tool which they ask for is they are into a franchise model also. They have their own focus tool, and they are providing franchisees on pan India basis. They are looking for an expansion part, and they ask for a help how where we should expand. Can you help us in that part? We proudly said yes, we can provide you a tool that can help you where, when, and how to expand. It is the network expansion tool, and very soon they will be using our network expansion services also into that part. How we'll be helping them in that part where to expand is we have, you might be knowing everyone, we have a network expansion tool which tell you which state, which town, which taluka, where the potential lies in, where we should expand, where the potential is, and where if they are getting an inquiry in first phase, second phase, and third phase, where they should go about to have their franchise. So they are happily using our tool. We have 2-3 rounds of session with them, and very soon we'll be coming up into that part into that. But how they will be using that tool? Likewise, they will be seeing which town, what is the vehicle population of that town, which that will be using an RTO data. Third thing, they will be using this this radar data as well as a new location where they can have the franchise. So mix of network expansion and the data collection will be used by them. This is one of the known company into glass, and which is a new added for us. And this now I hand over to Shiv to continue with our learning and earning feature. Over to you, Shiv.
Okay. So thanks a lot, Jaswinder and Tarun, for setting it up. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. So taking forward, I think those were two like really interesting case studies that that Jaswinder spoke about. The one on the roadside assistance company, yeah, I mean that's the kind of problems that we solve, where we are replacing the the kind of tools that our target customers are using. It could be Google Sheets, it could be Excel, it could be WhatsApp. So the whole idea is like rather than trying to manage your business using these tools, what is a better way to to manage the business? And that is where the sovereign products come into the picture. Jaswinder also and Tarun, they spoke about the learning and earning. Yeah, that's exactly what we do. That's our brand promise, where what we are saying is that through usage of our products, either we help you to basically increase your revenues, we help you to reduce your costs, and the whole idea is to expand your profit. So this week, the focus is on the Schedulomatic product. As we explained to you, we discussed or we shared a couple of features during our call last week, and here are the features that we discussed. We discussed about the job status. We discussed about how the accuracy can be improved in terms of customer location using the edit feature on the Schedulomatic mobile app. It also has certain really interesting features like identifying who is the nearest worker in case in the event of some kind of an emergency, or things like how I can use the tool and the people deployed in the field to further beef up my asset information data. Now, it could be if it is like, in the vehicle industry, in the automobile space, it could be like, which customer and which are the additional vehicles that this customer is having. If it is in the consumer durable space, then we are talking about like, okay, this customer has got an air conditioner, but you know what, he also has a television, he also has a microwave, and which companies do they belong to? And on the basis of that, like we can provide the annual maintenance contracts. We also spoke about the map layer, which is another interesting feature that is there. So this week, the idea is to learn more about the Schedulomatic product and what are the new features, or what are the additional features that this particular product has got. Just to tell you about one more thing, that the whole set of features, they are all around like, managing the schedules of the field force. It could be by, it could involve like, engaging the field staff and how we can, like we could basically do it, and analyzing the data or the information that is being gathered. So our whole set of features can be divided across these three broad categories. In this week, the first feature we wanted to talk about is images with watermark. If you remember, during the Intellomatic podcast, we had basically explained to you that how the Intellomatic mobile application, how it can double up to gather like, the location details, and the entire information can actually be on like, on the mobile device, on the image. And we also have the feature where the images can essentially be taken by way of like, either like live images, or it could be by way of a gallery of images. The other important feature that the Schedulomatic application has got is geofencing. The job will not start, or I cannot do the work on the job unless I reach the location. And this is a very important feature to ensure that the field staff is actually visiting the customer's place, or like, they are visiting the site, and only then like, the job is basically enabled. The other important reason why we have enabled this feature is because many companies wanted to understand how much time is the customer basically spending, or the field staff is basically spending in terms of reaching to the customer's place and actually on the job. And this is the tool which allows us to do that. So over here, if you are seeing the content which is there in the box, it basically says that if I'm the field staff, it is giving me a message that your location does not match with the job location. And that's the reason why, like, I'm not able to start this job, or I'm not able to submit the job. So this is a very important feature which has been used by this company operating in the in the construction industry, where they are required to release regular updates to their end customers that what is the status of their project actually. So both the feature about geofence, the feature about like gathering the location details along with timestamp, both these features are actually helping this construction company to take like real-time information from its field staff, to take quality information from the field staff and provide it to their customers, ensuring like customer satisfaction. The other important thing, or the next feature, is basically the travel time and time on job. As I had explained during my earlier slide, this is a requirement that many customers have actually raised. And what they are looking at is, I'm not only interested to know what is the total, or like how many jobs my field staff has done in a day, but I'm also interested to know, like, how much time has he spent in terms of traveling to the customer's place, and how much time has he or she spent in terms of actually doing the job. And over a period of time, when this data is collected, the companies are like, would be in a position to schedule their jobs. They can give more jobs to the existing field staff so that they make them more productive actually. So the feature that we have used is any new job that is created, like it gets tagged in new, then the job is assigned, then like, it gets tagged, then the job is in progress. And this entire thing is controlled through movement of the field staff and also through clicks that the field staff is doing on their mobile device. There is another very interesting feature. Many times, like, customers have said that, you know what, I know that this person is supposed to visit me today to repair my air conditioner, let's say. However, I don't know exactly where he or she is at this point of time. And that is basically a big customer dissatisfier, because I do not know, like, how long I need to be waiting, whether this person would be on time or not. So here is an interesting feature. We call it as live view of field staff. What you can do over here is actually like copy the live link, clicking on this particular button, shareable link over here, and then like this particular link can be emailed to the customer. It could be sent by way of a WhatsApp actually, or through other or like we could even text this particular link, and the customer on a real-time basis, they would be able to know like where exactly is the field staff at this point of time. And on the basis of that, like, they can even contact the field staff, that are you on your way and how much time are you going to take. So this way it gives next level of transparency, to the customer, so that they are able to plan their day in a much better manner. This particular feature has been used by this air conditioning maintenance services company, who could provide real-time location of their field staff to the customers. And this itself resulted in superior transparency and higher customer retention, because this was a big differentiator for their offering as compared to the other players. And this is how, like, we basically help this company to basically grow their revenue, because every customer retained is like more revenue. We have another important feature, which we call as the attendance feature. This particular attendance feature works differently as compared to the Intellomatic tool. Over there, it was a slide-on, slide-off feature, but the way it works in Schedulomatic is on the basis of the jobs that the field staff is undertaking in a day, and on the basis of that, like, the present or absent is actually determined. This particular use case has been used by an out-of-home errand services company, who could manage their worker productivity in a superior manner, and this basically helped them in terms of reducing their costs. So it's a very important feature, very good for the kind of customers that you would be catering to, where the service is being provided on site. And I would highly encourage you to look at this feature and understand more about how it could be deployed in your particular industry. Aging of jobs. This is a very regular kind of a problem. Many times, like, the call center, the customer keeps calling the call center and keeps asking, like, okay, fine, I had given my particular request on such and such day, what is happening to my job? And the person sitting on the other side, they have absolutely no idea in terms of what the current status is. But we have this interesting feature called as aging of jobs. The manager, they can basically view like what is the aging of these jobs, and on the basis of that, like, they can take a decision. The jobs could be aging on account of multiple reasons. The customer did not give me the appointment, or the customer rescheduled, or it could be like, the spare part is not available, or it could be many other reasons. However, if there is visibility to this particular problem, then the manager can take a more informed kind of a decision and take it up with the field team. So this particular feature aided with the recreation of job, where the field staff went to the customer's place on a day, and the customer basically said that, like, today I'm not available, can you please come tomorrow? So these kind of jobs are basically given back to the manager, and they have the option of recreating the job, they have the option of rescheduling the job. Another very important feature to ensure basically that no customer gets left behind. Last week, we made a pitch to an insurance company using these features, and they really like this idea of how these features can basically help in terms of superior customer satisfaction by tracking the aging of all the claims, the claims reports which are being logged in at the call center with regular status updates they can basically get. And we are working with this particular company to integrate with their existing system, so that they can basically utilize this feature. As I spoke about the Schedulomatic tool, we have a lot of customers where they have integrated the Schedulomatic tool with their existing systems. Schedulomatic is a very capable tool. It can coexist with any of the existing digital assets or digital tools that the company is already having. It also has the capability of integrating third-party systems. For example, in this particular case, like the customer basically wanted to integrate third-party cloud telephony system so that every call that was being made by the telecaller or through the call center, those calls are recorded against the job itself. And in this particular case, we basically integrated this particular feature with with the Schedulomatic tool on the job card. And the telecaller, all that they need to do is basically click on this particular call. The call is automatically getting recorded and it is getting stored against that particular job. So someone viewing it, they have a complete history. So the idea over here is we can integrate existing digital assets that the customer is already having. We can also integrate any kind of third-party systems or third-party tools that the customer is interested. So again, these are things that can be provided as a value add. And we have this case of a laptop servicing company who basically provided all these tools to their command center so that they could monitor their pan-India operations by integrating their existing digital assets. So here is a use case which could actually be used across different industries actually, but two very powerful features, two features which can help you to overcome any kind of customer objection that what, I already have some kind of a digital asset in place. I do not want to throw that away. You don't have to do that. You continue with your existing digital assets, but you basically integrate with the Schedulomatic system so that you have a better view. We had a use case of of a customer, and this particular feature was developed on the basis of the feedback that was provided, where what they said is we have a lot of inventory lying at different centers. Many times it happens that a particular job is not being done because the spare part is not available in my center. What I don't know is that the spare part is available just at another center, which is located a couple of kilometers away. How do I keep a tab on all these things? So that is where we worked with this particular company to basically bring their entire inventory on our map system. How we solve the problem is an engineering maintenance services company. They could bring down the level of inventory. They could also bring down the amount of time it basically takes for them to service their customer on account of non-availability of spare parts. Because of stockouts, the customer is kind of suffering. The asset is not up and running, and the company is basically waiting for the spare part, or the center is basically waiting for the spare part to be supplied. So we basically used the Schedulomatic tool to basically identify which is the nearest place where the spare part is available, and get it to the center, transfer it to the center, so that the customer could be serviced on time. So this is another really interesting feature which could be used to ensure maximum uptime of the customer's assets. Just like the Intelomatic system, the Schedulomatic system also, you can create your entire organizational hierarchy. So reach out to your to the support team to basically help you out in your with your respective customers, how this particular tool can actually be set up. And another very important feature in the Schedulomatic system is that you can assign jobs on the basis of job types. You can assign jobs to employees who belong to a particular type actually. This is to ensure that, let's say someone is supposed to play the role of a driver, then they would be then they are required to handle certain kinds of delivery or pickup of the asset from the customer's place. However, if someone is a skilled workman, then their jobs are different. So depending on what kind of job, these jobs can be allocated to a particular kind of employees, and that's a really powerful feature when it comes to deployment of the organizational hierarchy. So many companies have already started using this particular feature. Feel free to reach out to us should you need more information about about this particular feature. But you know what, this particular feature has actually been used by an emergency services company who could bring their entire organization on the Schedulomatic system, and that has helped them to improve their services. And we are talking about critical care over here, and they have been really able to deliver on their customer promise using our tool. Schedulomatic comes equipped with a lot of interesting dashboards. You can create like very detailed kind of analysis. You can do heat maps. You can do cluster analysis. Like you can do geography-based analysis. So there is a lot of like interesting dashboards that are available on the Schedulomatic system. And just this dashboards feature has actually been used by a consumer durables repair servicing company. They already had the other digital assets, but they just needed a good dashboard to view their operations on a pan-India basis. And they could like get a glimpse about what is the status of every job, what is the status in terms of worker productivity or the distance traveled by the workmen. The entire thing on a single screen, actually. So this particular company, they didn't use any of the other features. They just focused on using the dashboards of Schedulomatic. So we would highly encourage you to, to discuss this with your customers. As we explained, just like the Growmatic system, the Schedulomatic system also has map layers. You can bring in your customers, you can tag them separately. You can have customers like who are within the maintenance contract, customers outside the maintenance contract, customers who are like, currently dealing with your competition actually. Each one of them, you can bring them like a map layer, and you can do your planning on that basis. You click on any of these POIs on the map, and you will get more details. Each one of them can we can showcase it by way of different icons, and that can help you out from a planning perspective actually. So with this, we come to the end of today's presentation. This is our email ID. Feel free to write to us should you want to know anything more about any of these features, and we would be eager to support you on the same. Over to you, Tarun.
Thanks, Shiv. Thanks, Jaswinder, for the insights as always, and talking about the product use cases and recap of Schedulomatic and further strengthening up. Thanks everyone for joining. Hope the session was helpful. As always, please give your feedback through your managers or write on the email which is provided. Looking forward to meet most of you during these field trips. Next week, we'll do something interesting, guys. In addition to the interesting product information, we will be at some channel partners' office and we will chat on experiences on this podcast. So more than the product information, I think it'll be, we have done 7 podcasts till now. 8th podcast would be good to have your feedback, your impressions, your knowledge from the field to the technology. So see you in somebody's office. Me, Jaswinder, all of us will visit different offices and we'll see how we can talk about more experiences. Till then, see you next week, same time. Good luck and happy selling, everyone. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.